Alright, back in business. Welcome to Firearms of America. Today, as you guys can see, I'm out here at Shooters in Fort Myers, Florida, about to do the review of another Canik. Yes, this is the all-new Canik Mete MC9. Mete, I don't know how you like to call it. We got the smallest so far what we have from Canik. This is their micro compact 3.1, 3.2 roughly inch barrel, 15 capacity magazine. This one right here with a pinky extension, and then they have one without the pinky extension with 12 rounds, chambered in 9mm. So far sounds pretty impressive. Let's see what this thing can do on the range. Now today I will be shooting, for the purposes of this review, my good go-to range ammo from CCI. Yes, this is their Blazer, 115 grain. So let's load up the magazine and do some shooting. Now I gotta say, for a micro compact gun, I mean, look, this is tiny. This is super easy to conceal. You can walk around. It's lightweight. It's comfortable. It's great. 15 rounds in it, even with a pinky extension. I mean, I think that's one of the nice thing about these guns is that most of the times, well, it depends on how you carry. I personally prefer to carry, appendix carry. If you are appendix carrying your handgun, for the most part, the length of the grip does not really bother you. Now, it can vary from person to person, but to me, for example, I don't mind at all carrying with the pinky extension. It gives me a better grip, and also, of course, extra, even just 3 rounds, why not? So, I got 5 rounds in the magazine. Gotta say, it's very easy to load the magazine. The spring is actually very nice for a brand new magazine. It's not too resistant at all. Hopefully no malfunctions with that. As you can see, it's tapered at the very top, and it is nicely numbered. All right, so let's put it in. Unfortunately, you see all my targets today are destroyed. So you know what? I'll try shooting at the tree right here, the flippy pedal from the tree, and see if I can hit that. Usually it gives me trouble. Let's see if the Canik can handle the pressure of me shooting at the tree. Okay. Tight spring, I'm not surprised, it's micro compact. Let's see how it handles the recoil. It is definitely harder to rack, it's a tighter spring, but like I said, I definitely understand it. It's necessary because it does a very, very good job at handling recoil. I am kind of surprised because I was expecting a little bit more recoil, so it's pretty good. It's pretty easy to shoot, and as you can see, you can definitely be accurate with this handgun. So let's start from the very beginning. We have our grip very nicely laser stippled. Check this out. I do like, you can see this on pretty much all the modern stuff. 6 Hour has a very similar laser stippling. Smith & Wesson, they have a very similar laser. I think Glock is the only one who did not switch to this yet. This feels very, very good. Probably the best after hand stippling that you can get. All right, if you never checked out hand stippling, check it out. It's fantastic. It's the best. But this is the second best, and it is pretty good on production. Streamlined production handguns. This is very good, and as you can find it on the back, you can find the same pattern on the front, and of course at the bottom on this pinky extension. The ergonomics overall are pretty good. I do like the pinky extension. Without the pinky extension, you will have your pinky kind of hanging around, and I do have small fingers, short fingers, so even with my short fingers, it's still, it's still kind of barely there, giving you enough of the grip. Now on the trigger guard, you have some serrations here. If you are this type of person, and most of the times you see this type of people with guns like this, with micro compact guns like this. There's still accessory rail, which is nice, so you can implement your laser, your flashlight if you want to. Now the mag release, as you can see, it is not ambidextrous, and one thing that I wanted to kind of point out, interestingly, which me and Mr. Cody, we didn't even realize it, the mags that you can find on the between this Canik models, like the SC for example, the subcompact, they are actually interchangeable. But the grip, and I probably will end up making comparison sometime later between the MC and the SC, the grip is actually thinner. It's more, not more, it's narrower than the SC. So you would think that the mags would not be interchangeable, but I guess Canik, they figured out the way to shave off some of this polymer from the outside. But with that, however, we do have a little bit of the situation. I wouldn't say it's a problem, but check this out. You get your magazine in, and then, well, it did get out in this case, but a lot of times it doesn't get out all the way, and it kind of gets stuck there. So a little bit, you know, speedy reloads, emergency reloads, you know, it might catch on the inside just because a little bit of resistance. But again, as you can see, not all the time. Now, moving further with the slide lock, slide release, as you can see, it is very nicely extended. I mean, it is just, even with my short fingers, it's so easy to catch it. No problems at all. The slide itself, we have serrations at the back, serrations at the front. So let's do some 5 more rounds and see if I can hit the tree again, because I do like the sides. I do like the sides. That's one of the things that allows me to be accurate with this handgun, and also the trigger. The trigger is just great, just like it is across pretty much all of the Caniks that I have shot so far. It might not be just fantastic trigger that you expect, but it is very, very predictable. And that's, I think, very important whenever it comes to accuracy. If you want to be accurate, you want a predictable trigger. So, let's see if I can hit them tree agains. Hit it and don't want to turn. Probably was hitting it closer to the middle. But let's start talking about the sides, because sides are straightforward, very easy to get used to. It's just your 3-post sight, not exactly a 3-dot sight, because you have a dot on the front, and just a regular post at the back, which is, I love it actually. I do like it quite a lot. What this allows you to do, it allows you to quickly kind of switch whenever you do your target acquisition. If you are, whether you're acquiring the target, I don't know if the acquisition is the right word, but whenever you're acquiring the target, whether you want to do it this, you know, speed point shoot and just kind of go off the front, so you point and shoot going by the front side, or if you're doing more of the, you know, you're trying to take your time and place your shots more precise, you can switch kind of between the two, which is fantastic. Also, you probably noticed the MOS plate, whatever Canik calls it, you know, if you want to put your red dot on it, you definitely can. Now, let's talk about the trigger. The trigger, you noticed there's this red kind of pre-trigger, kind of like a safe action system on the Glock, which serves as, you know, drop safety. If you drop the gun, it's not going to fire. After you have your finger actually on the trigger, there is about, as you can see, very safe, very familiar, you can't confuse it, about 3 millimeters of the safe, familiar travel. And then you have this right here. So 1, 2, this second one, there's a little bit more hesitation on it, but still, it's still very predictable. You can't, I mean, if you're trying to be as accurate as possible, you're not gonna confuse it. And then you have a crisp break. So again, very, very predictable trigger, very easy to get used to it. Now you're probably wondering, okay, so what are some safety features? Well, besides the safe action, that's a Glock's name, it's not Canik's name, all right? Don't hate on me. And by the way, speaking of the name, technically it's not Canik, it's Canik, all right? But just saying, everybody calls it Canik, so I guess we'll stick to the mainstream name. But speaking of some other cool safety features, they're not really active safety features, so you don't know manual safety or anything like that, but they're the passive ones, and I think that pretty good features. So you have a racked slide, cocked handgun indicator at the back of the slide. This right here, as you can see, there is nothing right now, and there's nothing in the magazine. The magazine is empty. and there's nothing in the chamber, but it indicates that the gun is in the cocked position. All right, check this out, this thing right here. Now I'm gonna press the trigger and boom, that disappeared. But there's also a loaded chamber indicator at the very top. There's nothing in the chamber right now, and if I rack it, there's still nothing in the chamber, so you don't really see anything. However, let's put a round in the chamber, and I will show you. Check this out. Now you see this little thing stick out right here, indicating that there is a round in the chamber. Pretty good. I mean, you know, if you are the type of person that prefers to carry the gun, you know, with the actual manual safety switch, there's nothing wrong with it. But I think for people who prefer to just carry no safety, no manual safety switch with a round in the chamber, that these features are really, really nice. So I'm really happy that Canik is implementing it. Overall, I'm gonna say this is a pretty good option for the price, for everything that you're getting. I mean, 15 rounds, at least that's how I would carry it. I would carry it with 15 rounds. Is really all that you need. And if you do need to carry more, you can. I recommend getting something like this. This is a regular mag holder from Alien Gear, and you know, you can carry it IWB at the back or closer to the front basically, and have your extra magazine, another 15 round magazine. Check this out, and it sits there very nicely, you know, put it on the belt. And now you have a 15 round in the gun, and you have a 15 round here, plus one in the chamber. That's 31 rounds, all right? Pretty much ready for anything. So let me know in the comments below, guys, what do you think about this new Canik pistol? Would you get that for your concealed carry? And if you would, why you would get it? If you would get something else, let me know in the comments below. You know, I'm always interested in your opinion. Next review that I'm going to be doing is actually going to be of something that has not even been released yet to the public. Yes, and it is from Shield Arms. Yes, their new S15 Generation 3. 15 round magazines for Glock 48, Glock 43X. So if you're interested to see that, I'm going to be shooting it right now. I'm going to be trying it out. At least that's what I carry right now, but I carry the Generation 2. So we'll find out how the Generation 3 handles. But thank you very much for watching. As always, I appreciate your time. God bless, and I'll see you in the next video.